Kia ora. Robosrants 30, A2. A2 refers to a milk protein, funnily enough. One of my weird and obscure topics. The two types of protein in milk, A1 and A2. A1, it transpires, and I say this based off the back of numerous international studies, A1 milk protein has been connected with juvenile heart disease and juvenile diabetes. Now it is possible to select the cows that you milk from and produce only A2 milk. And in fact there's a company, a corporation in New Zealand called A2 Corporation, and that's precisely what they do. The only milk they produce is A2 milk, and it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Now the major dairy producer in New Zealand, Fonterra, knows this historically from one of its predecessor incarnations before it became the huge conglomerate that it is now. It knew from its research that there was an issue with A1, which is why it took out patents on A2 and why it did some studies into it. But it realised that if it was going to market A2 milk as a premium product, having an advantage, it was going to have to admit that A1 milk had a disadvantage. And of course, anybody who could prove that their child had succumbed to juvenile heart disease or diabetes as a result of ingesting A1 milk protein could sue them into oblivion. A little bit like what happened to the tobacco companies. So what did Fonterra do? It just shut up. Now, a dairy cow can produce milk for 5 years. And they've known for at least 30 years, maybe longer, that this was an issue. Over and above that, the genetic diversity of A2 cows in New Zealand was quite diverse, so they could have completely changed over the vast majority of milking herds in New Zealand from A1 or A1-A2 mix to pure A2. They could have done it, nobody would have been any the wiser, and today they would be producing solely A2 milk. But for whatever reason, they didn't want to do that. So to this very day, they still continue to produce milk with A1 milk protein that they know, through their own studies, has been connected with juvenile heart disease and juvenile diabetes. But they don't stop there. They go even further. They recognise statistically, this is in New Zealand, that there was a drop-off in milk consumption. So they came out with this PR stunt and tried to come out very magnanimously and say, oh, we're going to donate milk to schools so that children who are less well off can get a nutritious drink. Well, it's ultra heated milk, so it's sterilised and useless nutritionally, but they know it's got A1 in it, so they know that it can possibly cause harm. And on top of that, they take an all-black captain, a superhero in New Zealand, who's won two World Cups, a superhero, and they put him in front of it. So the kids think, yeah, I'm going to drink milk like the all-black hero. That's what corporations do. They don't really care too much about the well-being of our children, so long as they can make profit. Interestingly, last year they made a major loss, and when I looked at why those losses came about, it had nothing to do with A1 milk protein or being sued. The common denominator in all those losses seemed to be climate issues, which leads us back on to GSM, Grand Solar Minimum, an issue I'll get back into at a later date. But anyway, that's enough for today's rant. Have a happy day.